Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on ye old brovs. I'm Ronnie. Guess who I'm with? He's cute, thin, he's smart, he's productive. Okay? How often do you hear that about someone? What a productive person. He's lovely on the inside now. He smells like a strawberry. His name is Ben Mandelker. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Good.
I hope I don't smell like a strawberry, because then I would have a very difficult time living with myself.
Hey, strawberry is a delicious
strawberries.
smell. You don't have to smell like little tiny seeds that get in between your teeth, okay? Let's put your phobia aside and appreciate the good parts of strawberry.
I hate strawberries. I hate them, but I know you meant well when you said that. I'll just say, how about like lemon verbena?
All right. It's a more adult smell. I'll give you that. So we have finally announced our final two cities in the Watch What Crappens Cheater Brand Tour. They are Boston, the Wilbur Theater, and the Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut. You can get tickets for all of those at watchwhatcrappens.com. We're going to go on tour very soon. We start in a couple of weeks, which I cannot believe. But hey, it's going to happen whether we believe in it or not, okay? Kind of like Jesus, okay? He's there whether or not you believe. So here's a list of all the cities, just because we've announced new ones, then we announced some more new ones, and we're like, okay, we're not going to announce them anymore, but now we are. So listen up. If you hear your city, go to watchwhatcrappens.com to click on the link, buy a ticket, okay? We're opening in Austin, Texas on February 2nd, so real soon. Then we're going to Dallas, then Phoenix, then Los Angeles, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Salt Lake City, Seattle, San Francisco, Toronto, Philadelphia, New York City, Washington, D.C., San Diego, St. Paul, Chicago, Columbus, Boston, and Mashantucket. Well, I didn't even know my favorite potato was represented by its own state name, but there you have it, Mashantucket.
Well, Mashantucket is Foxwoods, just so everyone knows. That's Foxwoods Casino.
Mashantucket.
Mashantucket.
So we're doing that. Also, the LA show, which is on February 24th, that is our annual Golden Crappies Awards show, and that's going to be at the Wiltern Theater. So that's the 24th of February. Super psyched. This is a Crappens On Demand day, which means you get to see us. Hello on demand people. We're on Patreon, and that's also where you'll find our other video recaps and our bonus episodes and all that. Also, as you know, we moved to Wondery Plus this year, which we're super excited about. Everything is still free. Just sign up for all that stuff if you want ad-free. And also, we do 2 Wondery Plus only episodes a month of Dwell Hello, which is our House Hunters recap episode. I think I got all those announcements in there.
Yeah, I think you did a great job. I just want to say something about the Wondery thing, because I know some people are a little confused. There's like very uninteresting stuff about how we upload episodes, but sometimes, because of the way that the Apple podcast player works, sometimes the subscriber only version, which is ad free, sometimes that lands or goes live before the free one, usually by like a few minutes or like 10 minutes or something like that. It's really only an uploading thing. So if you go on there and you see like, oh, the recap for Below Deck or something is subscriber only, like, don't freak out. Like the free one is like the non-subscriber one will come in time. So I don't want people to go on there and be like, what the hell? What the hell? The technicalities behind it are not interesting. Just blame Apple Podcasts.
But they're intense. They may not be interesting, but trust us, they're intense. It's been
they're
like
intense.
Little ER show back here. We're like, wait a minute. We're like walking really fast down a hall. We're like, wait a minute. What about that episode? What about episode 1957? Are the ads in the correct place? What is playing in the very beginning? What is the opening ad in the beginning? Can we get a check?
I need 10 cc's of pre-roll right away.
No, there is no pulse. Yeah, it's been crazy for us. So let's get into another ER situation. Southern hospitality. Guys,
well, you can't spell Southern without ER.
And you can't spell hospital without hospitality. Who meant that?
Or the other way around, yeah.
You can't spell George Clooney without ogre.
Can't spell Anthony Edwards without Tony. If you take out the H.
Wow, you're really minimizing
Tony
the
Award
impact
winning.
of that one.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know who to go to next. I went to Anthony Edwards. I guess I could have gone with Noah Wiley.
Kyle Richards.
Kyle Richards without spelling
Itch.
Rich. Itch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which you can kind of get from watching this show. Because, man, do these people fuck. Okay, fuck each other. Fuck themselves. Fuck the trees. This is a young cast with a healthy sexual appetite, to which I say, you go, girl. But do it over there. I'm trying to keep it clean over here. Okay? Now, I don't know about the rumors about sitting on toilet seats. I will not be sitting on toilet seats at your restaurant. Called Republic or not. Right?
Yeah. They're getting wild. I mean, even Bradley. Bradley has shown maybe 0.03% of personality all season long, and even he's getting a lot of sex.
Bradley's just getting blowjobs wherever he goes. I mean, what the hell? And how does any self-respecting show have a gay pride where the only guy who gets a blowjob in the alley is a fucking straight guy? What the hell is that about? That's not fair. Thanks for the gay pride episode. Glad we get to watch people come out 30 times an episode or a season. Okay. Thanks for that. Can we see a gay guy getting a blowjob? That would be nice. Don't say you're for equality and then feature an episode on gay pride about some straight dude getting blown in an alley. Whatever. I don't have to go write this shit myself.
That's true. You bring up strong points. So let's dive into it. Much like a lady in the back alley of Republic. Let's dive into it, okay? So we have our previouslys with Matt. Maddie's doing the previouslys this week. Previously on Southern Hospitality, it was a great week for Joe when Leva finally gave him a promotion, and it got even better when Mia gave him a little something extra on the kiss cam.
And then we see Leva going, I innately see you as a leader, so it's like innate.
Yeah, Joe with his doe eyes, looking like a deer in the headlights at any time he sees like a Diet Coke glass going by. Where's that going? Where's it going? Oh, it's going to the table? Okay, cool. Natural born leader.
It's innate. So then, meanwhile, my week went downhill with the return of a former employee who Brad cheated with while he was dating my roommate, who's great, who you'll never see because she's probably been hit in the face with the ugly stick, but whatever. I'm not really one to judge. I'm just the star of the show and the leader of Republic.
But to my credit, I tried to put the past behind us, and then it just cuts to her last week saying, "Who said I had a problem with Reagan? Who said I had a problem with Reagan?" Put the past behind us.
Too bad no one got the memo, and Reagan's birthday celebration turned into a court case. And then you hear, "Oh, look, his daddy's a lawyer. Look at him go." Reagan getting back at Will. And then, "You licked peanut butter off of his dick." The big accusation against Emmy at one time, apparently licking peanut butter off Bradley's dick.
Yeah. And then Maddie's saying, "You know what's funny? I hate peanut butter." I'm like, well, it's not funny because you weren't licking the peanut butter off of his dick. Unless that is continuing to happen.
Actually, it's not funny at all, and I don't approve of any hatred of peanut butter. And for all of you people who have stopped peanuts from being served on the plane, go fuck yourself. And don't try and tell me that 9,000 million of you suddenly have a peanut allergy all at the same time. I'm not buying it, and yes, I know one of you out there really does. Stop bleeding from the eyes right now. I don't mean to offend you. Everybody else, though, shut up. And Maddie, stop your peanut hatred in your opening. I will not accept it.
Yeah, but you know what I do love? Music. So now everyone's waking up.
Like my family.
I love my family.
I love music like my family does. It's like Bach, Beethoven, me.
Have you ever heard of rock and roll? It's so good. You ever heard of pop music? So everyone's waking up now.
Can I tell you a story since we're not paying attention anyway? Well, I'm not really paying attention anyway.
So sure.
because my first note is whistles. Okay, that's my first note.
Okay.
I guess someone's whistling. Get this. Last night, I go outside to take out the trash, which is rare, okay? So, sorry, little tiny flies. You love to fly around my trash, but it has to be done at some point. So, I'm going outside, and I don't have an attached garage, right? So, I'm going outside, and it's real quiet and weird out there because, I'm in Texas. And I hear... And I just kind of stopped. I was like, what's that? Because it sounded like right by me.
That's the sound of me going back inside.
And then I hear... I'm like, what is that? And now I'm frozen up against the garage door. Like, that is somebody here. What are they doing? Like, am I supposed to run and start screaming? Because it's like a horror movie, but anyone... Who would try and kill me? First of all, I'm like some fat middle-aged guy. Middle-aged guy. You don't kill fat middle-aged bald people. You kill like hot young girls in bikinis, Like I have Lifetime. So I'm like freaking out, and then I don't hear it again. So I like kind of sneak in and throw away my trash. I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to die like a hot, slutty girl death. Like I was kind of excited. I was like, what is it going to look like, So nobody killed me. So then I'm laying down. I'm kind of disappointed, right? Because like, here I am, still alive. And so on our Facebook community post, someone said, hey, so something weird happened right now. A big white pickup truck pulled up to me really slowly and started whistle. Like I just heard a whistle.
I just got chills.
Isn't that crazy? And then everyone's commenting, oh my God, I heard this too. And one lady's like, yeah, my daughter was in a hot tub on our deck in the backyard and just heard this whistle, which I'm guessing is...
It's the ghost of P.C. Richards and Sons.
And everybody was commenting, and I usually don't like commenting on neighborhood things because I don't want people to know, I'm alive. And so I just wrote, that happened to me too. It creeped me out. And then nobody commented on my thing. And I'm like, of course, everyone's worried about the daughter in the fucking hot tub. Fuck the fat guy down the street, baldy. No one cares about him. They probably think it's me now. And like, now that's me showing up at the scene of the crime just to see all the people who were affected.
They're just like, wow, does anyone really care what the dog napper of the neighborhood has to say about the situation? It was probably him in the first place.
Do, do, do.
It is very much like P.C. Richards. It's just like it's like if P.C. Richards were up to no good on like a stage play.
Oh, that's just so creepy.
Did you find out who was the whistler?
No, I haven't found out, and I've been checking there's a bunch of different people with different theories. Like, oh, it's probably someone who lost their dog.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But that's creepy shit. Just like pulling up really slowly to homes and going, that's fucking weird. If you lose your dog, anyone with a dog knows. When you lose your dog, you go, Bueller, God damn it, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't get over it, Bueller, Bueller. And then you hear like uncontrollable sobbing, and then you hear like agreements with God, like, I'll start counting my calories and being nice to children if you just bring me Bueller back. It's not just a silent.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, maybe they were looking for a cat. I feel like maybe a cat would respond to that. A cat would not respond to like, get back here. A cat would be like, oh, what's that beguiling sound?
Well, whatever. I'm terrified. That's
terrifying.
Just one more excuse to never leave the house,
Yeah. Well, you know who does seem like they would get killed in a horror movie? Every single person in the cast of Southern Hospitality.
That's our recap. Thank you.
That's our recap.
So let's see. You think you want to fight with me, huh? You think you want to fight with me? And then, I don't know, everyone's yelling. So now it's the next day after this big fight. And
everyone's waking up and they're in bed. They're sort of like, they're doing that thing when they're like, what a crazy night. So first we have Trevor and Maddie in their bed, and Trevor goes, this is their relationship. Trevor goes, that was a lot. Like, that was a lot. And then Maddie goes, it was a lot. I just like didn't expect Brad to do that. It was a lot. That was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. A lot.
And then we see Joe waking up. He's so hot. So he's there, and he's got such a pretty bedroom. He's got like a tree background. I don't know if it's like a tree wallpaper, but I love tree stuff. I had trees, like, that's my theme. dry sticks. I love that. So you have like a tree background and then like a blue velvet bed post thing. Come to our side, Joe. You're on the wrong side. This is the Pride episode, Joe. Come back to the 5 and dime, Joey Dean. Come on, darling.
I did not make mental note of Joe's bedroom, but it sounds lovely. Sounds like a bedroom that shows like a lot of leadership. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And then we have Will and Emmy waking up together, and Will is like, everyone has their past, but their past isn't covered in peanut butter. And she goes, touche. Like, why are you roasting your girlfriend?
No kidding. Especially when she took the effort to like party all night, then get up first thing in the morning and get her hair straightened and highlighted. I mean, how could you treat her like that?
She probably has like a gorgeous charcuterie board waiting on the counter for you.
So then we get to work at Republic, and everybody's doing work things. Like Joe's making a table map, Will's cutting limes, TJ's vacuuming an orange. He's like, orange nice and clean.
Must be clean, mother. And then Maddie goes, I always call Republic a well-oiled machine. And then she starts to demonstrate what a well-oiled machine is, which is that she takes her hands. She makes like little hockey sticks with her hands and starts like moving them up and down in front of her face. It's a well-oiled machine. It's like wheels in motion. And she's not, by the way, making any sort of wheels in motion movement with her hands. She just has little hockey sticks. It's like a well-oiled machine with wheels in motion. But like if the team's like not getting along at Republic, like the guests can read that energy. And it's like important to like walk in and be positive and be like part of a team. And then like, cause if you're not, then like everyone in like the fucking room can feel that like well-oiled machine is just like not a machine that's well-oiled anymore. And now its pistons are like, ba, 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 which is like a musical beat, which is cool because I love music. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
This is Republic, and when one of us gets a blowjob in the alley, all of us feel that blowjob in the, oh God. See?
I like the way she talks about the customers at Republic as if they're all dogs. Because it's like, dogs, they smell fear. They can sense fear. They can tell when there's fear. I don't think anyone showing up in their Tommy Bahama button-down shirt, already wasted off of a 6-pack of Schlitz, walk stumbling into Republic and be like, wait a second. The vibe in here is a little off. Was there some infighting with the staff? I don't know if I can be here. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Hold on a second. I put on my best Old Navy cargo shorts from 1997 on today, and I will not be in a place without people getting along. Now, hold on. I'm going to pull out a map of this neighborhood. I just got to remember which pocket it's in. Front. No, maybe it's the other front. God damn it. It's probably the third front. Fuck these pants. I ain't coming in there.
I have to say it would have been a perfect birthday, but I sort of sensed that the girl who was carrying the sign that said, happy birthday, Mr. that she was a little upset at someone because someone else may have gotten a blowjob. I don't know. Just my feeling.
So Maddie goes out to Joe by the door, the ultimate spot when you rule everything at Republic, standing at the valet stand. So she goes out there and he's like, hey, like, Crappens is here. Yeah, like, he keeps sneaking in there. Like, listen, last night was like a fucking roller coaster, and it's been sneaking in my head. Because, like, you know what happened? You yelled at me, and you've, like, never yelled at me like that. And I've never yelled at you like that. And then we see a clip of Maddie being like, be a man, Joe! Be a fucking man, Joe! Be a man, Joe! Be a man, Joe! And he's like, what does that mean? That was like a really shitty feeling.
Well, I think that we both got rattled and like how we should be like de-escalating a situation. And then all of a sudden this random girl named Eva comes out and it's like, hey, Maddie, I sold you two for 3 men, like 2 1.5s of, oh, yes. Okay. I don't know who that rando was. Okay. Anyway, my thing is that like, this is your chance to tell the truth, Joe.
Yeah, it was your chance to tell the truth about that. And he's like, yeah, but it was a horrible time, a horrible place for that. And she's like, but we were at a bar. We weren't at work. So it was a great place. Like, it was a great place for that. And he's like, but it was her birthday. It was Reagan's birthday. I mean, come on. Like, I'm still friends with Reagan. Okay, I'm
Like-
still friends with Reagan.
But Joe, like, no matter what, because by the way, you know how like Maddie is constantly doing like her turns one hand into like a ball and the other hand into a mitt. She's always doing like this thing when she talks. She's like, no matter what, like we are in the business of de-escalating, which we all know means we have to, after this, go to an office building and take out the escalator, okay? And we are leaders, okay? And that means that when you're going out, like you can't be yelling, okay? De-escalating.
You're the one who was yelling. What are you talking about?
I know. She literally was like yelling when they walked in.
She's yelling and coming for Reagan and telling people all these secrets and shit. Your fault. It's your fault, man. And he's like, Are you fucking kidding me? Because you guys are like yelling. And I'm like, I mean, like, you have Trevor here. And now that. It's like, yeah. But like, the more you dig into Trevor, the more you dig in, is the more you escalate the situation. And then you see what I'm saying? Like, you dig, escalate, dig, escalate, dig, escalate. Dig, escalate. Do you understand what I'm doing? Do you understand? Do you see it? Good. I'm glad we had this talk.
Yeah, I see it. You know, I think it's like more sad. Like I'm more sad than like angry at this point. Like I think I'm seeing me and Maddie's relationship disintegrate like right before in front of my eyes, and it feel like, especially because it happened on a kiss cam, and I feel like it's because of Trevor, and it's like actually heartbreaking.
And then this lady comes up and she's like, Hey, you Joe, I'm somebody's mama. Can we have a party? We're supposed to be here for an engagement party. You got a table? Somebody told me to come talk to you. Yeah, you like that? You like mom boobs? Get over here, get your head in my mom boobs. Like, all right, okay, work comes first. Work comes first.
Work first. Hey, now wait a second, you two. I get the sense that this well-oiled machine of a club isn't quite well-oiled right now. Are you guys being a team? Because I'm not going in there with my boobs if you're not a team right now. I'm saying that right now.
So you can tell when people aren't getting along because this is the lowest energy sparkler dance I've ever seen in my life. Because normally they're like, we're sparklers. Yeah, we got sparklers. And right now they're just like, oh my God, look, we have sparklers. So I can personally tell a difference. And then their sign is like, you are beautiful. But then it says like in parentheses, not you, just like pointing down to whoever they happen to be passing.
Oh.
I mean, it's really a rough night tonight at Republic.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah.
So then now it's like partying, and so Maddie goes up to Will and Emmy by the bar, and she's like, "Hey, did you guys sleep like babies or what last night? Did you listen to music when you sleep? Because I listen to music. You ever heard of music before? It's so good."
And Will's like, I'm not necessarily mad at anybody because like the truth is like the truth, okay? And like the truth is out now. And Maddie's like, yeah, like, you know, Bradley, like that's the kind of guy that would like fuck your girlfriend and then he would like show up in your face the next day.
Yeah, that's like what he does, you know, like overruled, Sustain. I'm practically a lawyer. So Maddie's like, yeah, like they want to come for our pass? Like, bitch, I'll talk about your present day. Okay, I got to get back to work. Work first, guys. Okay, good team effort.
So then TJ's like, guys, Cameron's picking me up in the alley, so I have to leave. Bye. And so he tells
Seemed like for a moment there, Ronnie, you were going to get your wish.
Yeah,
TJ.
I know, but I was like, of course, like, but you're the gay guy, so you need to go out the front. You know what I mean? Like, we need to up our games here because the straight people have stolen back alleys from us. So it's time to tell your possibly closeted boyfriend that he needs to stop picking you up in alleys.
Yeah. So TJ tells us, being a gay man in dating in Charleston is literally impossible. I mean, you show up on a date with a Hoover and everyone's like, what's that? And I said, well, you don't have a vacuum that you bring as an accessory? And they say no. And I said, well, fine, this isn't going to work out.
You know, you have to really lower your standards because for a long time, the only man I would date is a man named Dyson. And that's it. Shockingly, I couldn't find one in a town of stupid names. I could not find one Dyson. Here I am. So he's like, many men here are just not accepting of their sexuality and they live in secrecy. And you know what? I'm too old and I'm ready to have a life with someone and I need it not to be a secret. Okay, I respect that. I would just like to say being a gay man dating anywhere sucks.
Yeah. Yeah,
but probably especially
universal.
For you. I just have to get my complaints in there as well. Okay?
Well, I like that he's like, I just need to live my truth. And so he meets up with this guy, Cameron. He goes, you smell like salt water. I was like, to be able to call someone else smelling like salt water and be able to say that in public, wow, that is an honor.
And then does Does Cameron say little Jimmy is salty? What does
No,
that mean?
he said, I'm a little Jimmy, like he went to the gym and sweaty.
Oh, so I'm a
Yeah.
little Jimmy, so like little
I'm a little
Jimmy
Jimmy
is
and
salty.
sweaty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. TJ says, I really like him. Okay. When we met on Hinge, I put my filter on Bill Pullman's and he came right up. And I was like, this is going to be the one for me.
We met on Hinge. Actually, I was really just looking to make a closet door that I keep my vacuum cleaner in not squeak so much because goddamn, everyone can hear every time I'm about to vacuum. They start pumping on the ceiling saying, "Stop it, gay person! Stop it!" But apparently, Hinge is a gay dating app, and so I met this Republican congressman there, and here we are.
I think I really like him. I mean, there is one red flag. He just got out of an 8-year relationship with a woman. I mean, what could go wrong?
Hey, I say that's not a red flag at all. I mean, that sounds like fresh baked bread to me. They haven't been tainted by gay life yet. Okay, get them while they're fresh.
Yeah. So now Leva shows up Joe's still at the stand doing nothing. We're like, oh, yeah. And so Leva shows up and she's like, hey, Joe, how's it going? He's like, yeah, I'm feeling great. Like, especially I wasn't expecting my promotion like to come that soon. So like, that was like the first real promotion I've ever gotten. I told my dad and he was like, that's really, okay, Joe, that's enough. Look, okay, you can't do this stuff. Okay, look at this. And she shows him a video of him kissing me on the kiss cam at the baseball game.
Leva, you're fucking the owner of the clubs. You understand that, right? You own the clubs with your husband. So I don't know that you're really the person to be giving the lecture on keeping work and love separate. But, here we are. So she's like, you can't go to trashy events like this and make out on camera. And he's like, oh, my God, what? Where'd you find that? She's like, kisscam.com. Where the fuck else, Joe? What were you watching this morning? I need people, if you're going to work at Republic, I need you to have your finger on the pulse. I need you to be watching Kiss Cam because that's where it's at, Joe.
Yeah, he's like, wow, like I'm like really sorry about that kiss. It's not about the kiss. It's that you were spotted at a minor league baseball game. I mean, we're on Bravo television. What is wrong with you? Okay, you cannot go to that stadium ever again.
So tell me that's not going to happen again, Joe. Because you know who I hold most responsible? People in managerial positions. So act like you have sense. Act like you have at least like this much sense, Joe. Because you know what? Yesterday, you were just a guy standing at the valet stand. And today, you're a guy standing at the valet stand. Don't fuck this up, Joe.
You have lost all kiss cam duties and perks and privileges. So Joe's like, Manager Joe, now I have the new responsibility. I can't be doing that. I'm sorry. I won't go on a kiss cam anymore. Thanks, Joe. Thanks. So now it's a whole new day. A whole new day. And Brad he's at a daytime date with a blonde girl. We find out her name is Kayla. And they're ordering margaritas and something called a triple dipper, which may also be Bradley's nickname after this show is done airing.
So he orders an habanero marg. And he talks about how he met Kayla at Republic. And he's like, yeah, I started doing Body by Brad. And she reached out trying to work out. And the next thing you know, we're making out. And she's like, how is training going? And he's like, I'm glad you're not training anymore. She was a costly loss because now we work out. And instead of paying me with money, we came to a different agreement. Huh?
Like, really, there's nothing that he can't make sound boring.
Yeah, I know. He's like describing a whole porno. And I'm like, FF.
Yeah, like, okay,
FF.
fine. It's literally a porno. I think he must seduce women with his Larry King shoulders. You notice he sits at a table like Larry King. He brings his shoulders up and he leans forward. He's like, so, tell me about you. 1982. You were cast in your first movie role. I was not even born then. You'll never unsee it. You'll never unsee his Larry King shoulders.
He's like, sorry, I had to stop training you, but I don't sleep with clients. But like, I went out, but then I kind of lost my cool because like Maddie thinks that me and Reagan slept together while she had a boyfriend, and we get and Kayla goes, oh, that old story. And he's like, you've heard that story? And she goes, yeah, she's my good friend.
We have so much fun together. Just two girls with huge personalities laughing and laughing. So, so Brad's like, yeah. And then, I was talking about Emmy and Trevor hooking up in college. And then, like, I lost my cool and I said that, like, she, like, sucked Trevor's dick with, like, peanut butter on it and stuff. And, like, who uses peanut butter? Like, what about, like, whipped cream? Or, what about chocolate syrup?
And Kayla goes, it must be Jiffy. I was like, wow. Okay, this is product placement now, because how did that happen? It's like peanut butter is a weird thing on a dick because that smell is never going to come off, And like, how often do you scrub your dick? Like, that's a different kind of skin. You can't just scrub it down,
Also, you have to, like, really spread it on there, I guess it could be, if it's, like, room temperature or in the microwave, you can sort of, like, warm it up and sort of get it on there.
Yeah, but who's going to microwave peanut butter to put on your dick? It's going to come out boiling because, like, anything like that you put in the microwave and it comes out and it's like... You're like, ow, ow. You were only in there for 5 seconds.
Also, don't you want a contrasting flavor? Why do you want to, like, make something salty taste even saltier,
The base taste of penis is like, a guy once told me this. I tried not to take it personally, but he promised me it was universal. It's like crayon. Like ball smells kind of crayon, which I can see. So it's like you have to really work on something that goes with crayon,
Yeah.
It's not peanut butter. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what goes with
not
crayon.
Peanut butter. I don't know either.
But the thing is that it's crayon, but then there is the potential for the flavor to change very quickly and very suddenly. And I feel like the peanut butter is not a compliment to that. It just
it's not a good mixer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something that's going to, like, mix with the client. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
I think about. What if you added chocolate syrup to the peanut butter? Now you're really going down a good path.
I don't know. So she's like, it must be Jiffy. And I was like, congrats, Jiffy, because you just got a huge endorsement. So then Joe shows up and he's like, well, didn't mean to crash the day. I'm sorry for crash the day. And they're like,
even though I saw you guys sitting over here, and a lot of guys just decided to sit down. It's like you literally just crashed their date. So he's like, and then they say, hey, do you want some chips and dip? they say, you want some chips and dip, like that polite thing. The polite offer of two, broke young 20-somethings who have their chips and dip, but they're too nice to not offer it. And Joe's like, yeah, sure. And he, like, takes up the entire chips and dip and moves it to him and just starts picking out on it.
Yeah, he used the whole thing. That's a boss move he just made. He's like, I was the guy that stood at the front door, and now I'm the guy that stands at the front door. So yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna eat your chips. That's right. So like, I'm kind of nervous about this week considering what just transpired. And Kayla's like, what is spy? Who's tired? He's like, transpired. It's like a big word. Because, like, I've seen Maddie at her best recently, but, like, recently, it's not her best. And I don't know if it's, like, Trevor. Like, is Trevor good for her? Because, like, she's telling me not to be friends with you, Bradley, because you're a cheater. So, like, what's up with that? Like, could you maybe not have this conversation in front of the girl he's currently dating?
I know.
Are any of you good friends? Jeez. Like, at least throw a ball or something for Kayla to chase.
The only thing going through Kayla's head right now is her trying to remember the lyrics to a Taylor Swift song. She's like, it's me, I'm the anti-hero. Wait, no, that's not how it goes.
We're never, ever, ever getting back to... Fuck, how do I forget that?
Fuck,
Rhymes with ever. Rhymes with ever.
You can do this, Kayla.
You can do this, Kay. You can do this, Lockle. Wait a minute. That's not my name.
It's me, he. Isn't there a word after me between anti-hero? Or is it just, he just says he? It's me, he.
So Joe goes in tattletales, basically. And then we get that, and Joe's like, yeah, because like she is Jaden, like ultimately like the ultimate cheater of all cheaters, and so like when it starts hurting your friendship, it's like worth it because like this is not the Maddie Reese I used to work with, and then Brad, Brad and Joe have straws in the same drink, and they just start drinking them together, like.
Shake it on. Shake it on. No. So then we go to now it's nighttime, and Mikkel and TJ are sitting with Leva. And there's like lots of rainbow stuff around because it's Pride Week. And Leva's talking about how it's going to be such a busy week. And like, I'm so glad you guys are going to Martini Monday because we have to like hit these marks and just like really kill it. She's all about like low level corporate jargon when motivating her kids, you know, at the restaurant.
She is, and she's also very like multi-level marketing, which kind of bugs me. You know, it's like, oh my God, you're having a Tupperware party this week? Good, because we really need to hit those marks. So bring all your friends in who are going to buy Tupperware, and you're going to buy Tupperware too, right? Because you get it for the discounted price, but then your friends have to pay the bigger price. And then the people that we don't even know who are their friends, fucking bottle service. Everybody got this? Don't forget, one of you can possibly earn the pink Huffy bike to pull cars down on the freeway, okay?
Listen, I just want to like circle back about Martini Monday. Do you mind if we just like bump this real quickly to the top of the sked? Okay, we need to hit those marks, okay? It's really important that we're all present at Martini Monday. And TJ's like, well, actually, we were talking and we want to do a thing on Martini Monday. We're kind of thinking, why don't we call it Vacuum Martini Monday, and we can make martinis, but also vacuum the floor at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of like multitasking.
And Mikkel's like, yeah, we were saying like either vacuums, but also we could do like for something for Pride because it's for gay people because it's for Pride. We could have like a first annual Pride thing. Your first annual Pride thing, Leva, you performative ass.
Well, at Bourbon and at Bubbles, not Republic, to be fair.
Well, how long has Bourbon and Bubbles been out? Then let me count. Okay, let me add up how many years you've been performative. Bourbon.
I mean, I kind of think if you name someplace Bourbon and Bubbles, I'm assuming the gay pride is inherent in the name. Not to be a defender. Bourbon and Bubbles sounds to me like a gay bar.
It does? What about Bourbon sounds gay to you?
I think the like bubbles goes really
are for
far.
Bubbles are for girls and Bourbon is for boys. That's what they're doing. You know?
I just feel like the Bubbles goes. That's true. If it were a gay bar, it'd be called something like Erection.
Yeah.
Erection and Bubbles.
An aunt who's no longer with us, but I didn't need to make this depressing. But one of my old aunts, like, what do you say? One of my aunts once told me. So what? How do you feel about being like back in El Paso where there's like hardly any gay bars? And I was like, anywhere I go is a gay bar.
See, there you go.
Then I like brushed my hair back and like went to a gay bar. I went to the OP, like our only gay bar. Okay, I can't find a wiki for Bourbon and Bubbles, so we were trying to like kind of tap dance there until we could find the wiki for the opening day. But let me tell you, I can't find the opening day.
Yeah. Well, they are now getting on board the gay train. Okay, at Bourbon and Bubs B&B.
I'm trying to look for that statue that Catherine's family member. Remember when they were like that Calhoun statue is so offensive, and then Leva's like, yeah, let's take it down, and we're gonna put it in front of Bourbon and Bubbles. And now it's like a gay guy in front of Bourbon and Bubbles that says established in 20 whatever, but I can't find the statue online. So we'll have
to get to the bottom of it about why Bourbon and Bubbles took so long to get on the gay pride train. But either way, Leva's like, yeah, so we're gonna do like we'll do a gay pride like celebratory aftermath Monday or something like that. And TJ's like, yes, we've already done a lot of work. Okay, for instance, I got a drink menu. Okay, I got a drink menu made at Kinko's. Okay, I also got some cocktail napkins. I saw a Party City. They're really cute. They really just say Happy Sweet 16. But that was the closest I could get to gay. okay, but it felt good. And then I found some little umbrellas. So like we're doing a bang up job. And Leva's like, yeah, that's really good because, here we're going to have like a balloon arch and we'll have a lot of, like posters and streamers and everything. I just love that like TJ was so excited about his cocktail napkins and Leva already has like a giant diorama built for Republic with rainbow colors everywhere.
Yeah. And she's like, there's a few of you going to the parade. Listen, I can't give all my strong staff the day off. So I was like hoping you'd come in at 4:00 to Pride, the gay people. Okay, make the fucking straight people work it. So
I know, it is hilarious.
I mean, come on. And so Mikhail's like, yeah, and Joe and Brad, they're going to wear drag. Everyone on this show talks funny, which, by the way, I love. Okay, everyone has like their own, everyone has their own thing on this show. So he's like, yeah, Joe and Brad are going to wear drag. They're going to like wear drag. They're going to look great in drag. I was like, this is borderline offensive, this whole Pride episode. I'm just going to say it right now. Now you're going to make the gay guys make fun of drag? Come on. I mean, the straight guys. Did I say the straight guys?
You said the gay guys.
I meant the straight guys.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is we see a flashback of how Mikhail invited Joe and Brad to dress in drag for a gay pride. And we see the whole cast, they're just lying on the grass. They're just like lying down somewhere. Like they don't even have activities for them anymore. They're like, okay, we found a patch of grass for you guys. Just like lie down there. So they're all lying off by like next to a sidewalk or something. And Mikhail's like, hey, Brad, if you want to be my friend again, you got to dress up like a woman. Will you do it, Brad? And he's like, yeah, sure. Okay, great. Do I have to get off the grass? Because I like the grass. No, you can stay on the grass.
And Mikhail's like, yeah, because like Pride is where like everyone like comes together because it's like Pride. And Leva goes, yeah, it means like no fear. And he goes, yeah. And like seeing how much our friends support us, like I'm like, damn, like I never even processed like what it's like being gay in America. Like I just want to live my truth. I'm gay.
I think it's very sweet that Mikhail is on this journey. I also think it's hilarious every time he announces it as if it were a little unclear to passersby.
So Leva's like, yeah, because like, I mean, you have to live for you. Am I still in this scene? Like, why is this scene still going? And TJ's like, my turn. Well, when I first accepted I was gay, well, like, look, in high school, we did this thing where it was like a trip and everyone gets houses. And then there was this guy that went to another school and we like hooked up. And then my mom called and said, hey, are there any cute girls that you're hooking up with? And then when I got off the phone, I just lost it. And Leva goes like crying, having a breakdown. He's like vacuuming my mouth. I mean, you would not believe what was left in there after he left. And I've never stopped vacuuming ever since. I'm gay.
So basically, TJ never had a conversation with his parents, and he's just been hiding that part of his life, and it's put a strain on his relationship. So, healthy. So then Mikhail is like, he's like, you know what, like, whoa, I just realized, like, maybe the reason why I'm not really close to my family is because, like, I haven't told them that I'm gay. Maybe, like, wow, like, you think it's hard coming out in the South in general, but try coming out to, like, 2 pastors, right? Leva's like, hi, sorry, yeah, I've got to meet my mark, and my mark is for other conversations with other people, so bye.
Speaking of pastors, on to greener. Okay, bye.
I'm sorry, TJ's story just really depressed me, because, like, here we thought he was living his truth, and he's still not. So I'm just going to go over to Bourbon and Bubbles and just warn everyone, sad pride party coming up.
Yeah, God, but imagine from coming out in front of 2 preachers, the most accepting people on the planet. Isn't that sad? Because that's how it should be. That's how it should be. No, by the way, I'm being jokey, but I actually feel really bad for both of them because it's a shame that they have to have those obstacles to just being who they are. So then Mia's doing real work in glasses. So Mia's like, I have a real job and nobody forgot it. I'm hot in glasses and in my home office. So she does stuff like that. And then we never see her again, I don't think. Does she come back?
She's just like, I'm working from home. Hi, I'm on the phone. Hey, just checking to see if you sent that wire out. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I misspeak? I meant to say, just checking to see if you threw out your frozen chimichanga that's taking up the break room. Karen.
So then Bradley's working out because it's Bradley. And then we see Maddie on a motorbike with Trevor. And she's like, are we going over the bridge? Oh my God, holy shit. Are we going to go over the bridge on this? This is fucking crazy. We're going to go over the... Oh my God, we're on the bridge. We're on the bridge right now. We're going over the bridge right now. Oh Jesus, this bridge is doing something to me. Well, it's not shutting you the fuck up. Oh my God. Take the bus.
What an honor for us to see someone go over a bridge for the first time in their lives. I did not know roads could go over water. This is insane right now.
I saw a funny dad joke on Reddit. They were talking about the Ravenel Bridge. I don't know why, but someone said my grandpa made this joke that Thomas's grandfather built the bridge, but Thomas put in all the white lines. They're like, oh, ha, ha, ha. I thought that was a good one. Good grandpa joke.
Well, Joe is now looking at his empty fridge and eating peanut butter, notably peanut butter. And then we see Lucia, and she's meditating with her man, Devon, and they're like meditating by a fence. And she's like, what are you thinking about? He's like, well, I'm thinking about certainty and respect, communication, and turns out he's like not sure.
Okay, Damon. Okay, let's meditate so you can get your fucking feelings out when you were the shitty one in the first place. Okay, he's like, yeah, those are foundations for any progression moving forward because, like, if we're gonna get back together, we have to make sure this is right. And she's like, yeah, we're going through a rough patch because a few months ago I had a relationship with someone before Devon and didn't tell him. But then he went through my phone and he found it was before you. You don't get to fucking meditate for forgiveness when somebody fucks somebody before you. Get rid of Devon. That's what I say. Loser.
Yeah. But also, like, it seems like they're going through like a real storyline with real personal stakes. And the producers are like, yeah, let's just like put that in the montage with Mia calling into the office. Thanks. Okay, bye. I was like, okay, way to do Lucia dirty. So now we go to TJ and Cameron. They're
true. I mean, it is a real relationship, real stakes. They have a kid. I get it. But when you're meditating to forgive I'm like, no. You deserve. It was probably an editor like me. He was like, no, fuck that guy. Put him right after the home office scene. Okay, put him right after the chimichanga. Absent mark.
Oh, there's a squirrel running by my window. I just want to say, also should have been part of the montage. It should have been like Maddie going across a bridge and then just a squirrel walking on a wall. The squirrel be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, are we going on the wall? Are we going on the wall? So now we're at the aquarium, TJ and Cameron are. And Cameron is like, hey, did you ever have a pet fish when you were little? And TJ's like, I had fish tanks, but no fish, just tanks. Just look into them.
I was a fish tanker.
Have you ever vacuumed a fish tank? See, I learned everything from Give Me a Break.
And Cam's like, well, I had a betta fish named SpongeBob, but he only lasted 1 week. But then I got a turtle. That was really hard. Do you like snakes? TJ's like, yep. Watch out for Cam. He doesn't give a fuck who he kills. Okay, that's what I'm getting from that line from Cam.
Yeah, I agree. How did you feel as a betta fish owner hearing that Cameron's SpongeBob fish did not last very long? Were you upset?
Fish are very difficult. I will say that right now. Fish are a lot more difficult than you think. My beta baby Gorgeous is doing fine, but my other ones aren't doing so.
Really?
It's up and down. I've lost a couple. And then I look up, I'm like, what did I do wrong? The pH balance is right. The ammonia level is right. The temperature is right. They got heaters. They got this. They got that. And you just never know. And sometimes the answer is like, fish fucking die. There's a guy on YouTube. It's like, fish fucking die. You never know why. Okay, let's move on. Then he just puts another fish in there. My sensitivity level is too much for that. It hurts me when like a little fish dies. I can't take it.
And did you ever name your new baby snail? And is the baby snail part of a snail infestation, or is it just a baby snail?
No, people, calm down. Oh my God. Like, if there's a snail infestation, I'll take the snail off and put it in another thing. It's like, it's going to be okay. I'm never talking about this snail again. I can't believe how much controversy a snail would cause. But I can't see it right now. I took a picture and showed you the other day, and it was real teeny tiny. But the fish downstairs, why are we talking about this? The fish downstairs.
because there's actually a scene in Southern Charm about fish and mentions a beta fish. It's actually surprisingly a relevant tangent.
This is why nobody comes out of the closet there, because it's like the snails. They're afraid that there's one little snail baby, and then boom, it's an infestation. We're all gonna die. But yeah, the snails downstairs had babies a while ago, and I mean, I think there's like 6 grown snails in there, because apparently their lives are just like that. I mean, they come out and they immediately grow to be humongous, and they just, I don't know, they form little clubs and stuff.
Wow, so you have 6 snails in there now? That's
I have
crazy.
a ton of snails. I don't know. I need to go count them.
That's the infestation.
Maybe. I mean, is that bad?
I don't know if it's bad, because I was curious after you messaged me about that you might have an infestation. I looked it up, and I mean, they do take care of all the bad stuff in the bowl. You know, I think it's just a matter of how much you like having all those snails in there.
Yeah, what do I care? They're cute. Yeah. So speaking of infestations, here we are back on Bravo. So I did like this little aquarium scene because, you know, Cam, that was a red flag, Cam. Okay. I had a betta fish, but he died. So then I got a turtle, but that was too hard. Do you like snakes? It's like, Jesus, are you on to humans now? Is TJ like your first human? I worry for TJ.
I'll tell you who's having a great day is Grace Lilly, who we haven't even seen all episode. I mean, this is a gay pride episode. You're going to make us wait 20 minutes to see Grace Lilly. Hello. So she comes out and she's like, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful sunny day. The sun. Oh my gosh, the sun is my best friend. If I'm sunbathing, I like to be nude, naked all the way. My whole life I felt misunderstood and judged, okay? Especially by the moon. Moon doesn't know me. The sun knows me, okay? I think it's because people want any reason not to like me. They say, oh, she's too pretty. She's too suntan. She travels the world. She goes to Tulum and meets fabulous people.
Yeah, everyone's just so jealous of me. Sorry, son. Yeah, so I just get naked and put motor oil on myself, okay? And one time, I was in the neighborhood and putting this motor oil on my butt, and there were some moms in the neighborhood, and they got so upset, so I can't go to that neighborhood pool anymore. Well, people aren't jealous of you. They want you to stop coochie shaming everybody else in the neighborhood. Who wants like a perfect naked little coochie, like putting sun lotion all over herself at the neighborhood pool? People are trying to keep their marriages together, ma'am.
Also, I mean, was she naked at the public pool? Because that could also be a problem.
She was.
Meanwhile,
it's Grace Lilly. You fucking know she was.
We're learning what all sorts of people like on the show. So Grace Lilly loves the sun. And guess what Emmy loves? Blackout curtains. Yes, I love my blackout curtains. I get to sleep until noon. And I wake up and I waste half of my day. And I have the whole other half of my day to enjoy.
Yeah, it's like, I can see half of the day. And Will's like, normal people are supposed to see the sun this type of day. Because, like, law school will never be an option if I sleep till noon every day. And where I want life to go doesn't seem like a life where blackout curtains are involved. You're the drunk one. You're the one who can't hold your fucking alcohol, sir. Emmy can get right. She can fall down on her face and get up and probably defend, 5 cases better than you ever could. You are in charge of your own damn life.
Yeah, while making well-seasoned Brussels sprouts, too, I'd like to add.
No, we're not going to blame Emmy's extremely high-class velvet olive green blackout curtains for your shitty ability to stop being a bartender and pass a bar exam, okay? That's up to you. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, I grew up in a law firm that my dad and mom run, and, I have an ambition to do something more professional in my life than serve vodka sodas and Bud Lights. It's like, well, you certainly are. Well, good luck.
Girl, you're a Nepo baby and you still can't become a lawyer? Jesus. All you would literally have to do is pass the test and your whole life is already set up for you. Come on, Will. Jesus.
Yeah. What is it with these guys in Charleston having trouble focusing on their law careers? It seems to be a real issue.
I don't know. So I have an answer for that.
It was rhetorical. It was rhetorical, actually.
It was Rhea Perlman-torical.
It's Rhea Perlman. Rhea Perlman's like, come on, get your act together. If you want to be part of the Rhea and Danny law firm, you got to stop partying until 2 a.m.
So, yeah, he blames her for him not passing law school. And then he's like, yeah, I can't do vodka and soda the rest of my life. And Emmy tells us her life vision. She's like, I see Will on like my 40th with him having like his own law firm. And like we got 2 kids in a nice house in Charleston. And he's sitting with her in the diary room and he's like, this fantasy sounds more you than me. She's like, well, if you go to law school, study, get a degree, and we get married and have kids, then I'll get rid of my blackout curtains. Okay, I'll get an eye mask.
I think those curtains will be up for a long time. So,
yes, but good for her because that's the bargain. You tell me how to live my life when you're fucking paying for it.
That's right,
sir.
That's right. So now we go to Mikkel. Mikkel's gonna do round 2 of a coming out scene because he already came out to his friend, and his friend was like very chill about it. His friend was like, I got you, like no matter what. So he's like, well, I need to get more of a response, so let me do it with my dad now instead. So he goes and meets up with his dad, and it's the same thing of like, I've never told my dad that I'm gay. I'll have a rosé, please. Thanks very much. But then he starts talking about how his parents divorced, and he goes, funny story, I never learned how to ride a bike because it was something I was supposed to do with my dad, but then like that's how I knew my parents were together because like I took my training wheels off. He took my training wheels off and then I never saw him again. Funny story. I was like, I'm crying. I don't know. This is very sad.
That was sad. But this is crossing my limit that I made a long time ago of 1 coming out scene per show. Okay? I'm not coming to a show every week to watch somebody come out of the closet. You got it. You got your My Sweet 16 and it was with your friend last week who was kind of hot and maybe you can blow now, sometimes after church. Okay? That's it. That's all you get from me. I've hit my limit. Ben, take it from here.
Well, so, he's basically talking. Mikkel's talking about how he's really doing all the stuff in the nightlife scene. And he says, he goes, I'm doing things that I never thought I'd be able to do just from taking a chance, a simple chance. And he's like swigging his rosé with his pinkies up and everything. He's like, I don't know if my dad knows. I don't know if my dad knows. And so he
moves on from rosé to a martini, which he spills.
An espresso martini.
His dad's like, listen, I see you out there living your life. I mean, look, that's your story. You don't have to tell me. Now, I did enjoy the really long drunken voicemail you left about how you realized that you could carry ice from a machine upstairs to a bar. That was impressive, but you don't have to tell me every little thing. And he's like, I'm pretty sure my dad's telling me that, he doesn't want to know. Like, you don't have to tell me. So, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
The dad's like, look, you just don't have to tell me. And then Mikkel starts to he revs himself up. Like, you can tell he's about to say, like, Dad, I'm gay. He's like, well, the thing is, and then his martini just falls over. And Dad goes, that was God. That was God's way of saying, we got it. We got it. We're moving forward.
And he's like, listen, it doesn't matter where you go, Mikey. You just keep pressing because everybody's proud of what you're doing. We can see that you're a good boy, okay? And he's like, yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it. I mean, I guess he just doesn't want to talk about it. And he goes, now when everything is done, will you come back and sing for us? And then Mikkel's like, yeah. He just starts singing full out at the table. And the dad's like, God, if only this kid were gay. I mean, he would really have gone places by now.
Man, we could really market him, and help our church out if only he would come out of the closet. It was actually so lovely. They start harmonizing together. It was so sweet. I loved it. So then we go from this very, very sweet moment to Grace Lilly putting Brad in drag. And Brad goes, my drag name is going to be Rose because I'm a beautiful rose and a beautiful flower, but I have thorns. Like, that's not how drag names work, Brad.
Yeah. So then they decorate the bar, and Will's gotten koozies that say, you're beautiful. He's like, I think that works. And then he's like, law school isn't 100% yes for me. And I've spent years cultivating knowledge and hospitality. I mean, I would just need Levy to give me more responsibility. More responsibility? You just put out your beautiful cups. Take a load off. Okay. Baby steps.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what Leva is looking for in one of her managers. Someone who doesn't quite have enough willpower to seek out on Amazon some simple rainbow cups and just find something at CVS and it's like, this will work, right?
Oh. So then Joe comes and he gets his makeup done and he comes out in his pink wig and his dress. And Joe's like, we have VIP tables. And Leva says, I literally just saw Bradley and like, dead. I'm dead. Like, I literally died. Like, I'm not even here anymore. Like,
and Brad goes,
buried.
I'm Rose. I'm Rose. I'm Rose. Okay, guys. So not everyone is scheduled to work today, but these leaps on days like this make actually a big jump. And you guys like took the initiative. Kudos to you guys. Hopefully everyone else will show up. We got to hit marks. Okay. I'm going to circle back around as per my previous email. Okay. Thanks so much, guys.
So we can't really tell how busy it gets because the camera shots are so close up on just the staff parting. I don't know if anybody's there. Like, you can't really tell if this is a big thing or not. So Mikkel comes and he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool to see manly men wearing dresses. This is what pride is. It's supporting. Which is really not. I feel like if a bunch of straight guys showed up kind of in mocking dress of drag queens, they would get their ass kicked at LA Pride. What do you think?
I think, yeah, I can't tell because this was encouraged by a gay man, so it's in that way it's supportive. But I agree, there's like that element of appropriation, yada yada yada.
It's not appropriation to me. To me, it's more like, look, I'm so straight, I'm dressed like a fucking girl, so don't anybody think I'm a fag. That's like what I'm getting from it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
it's rubbing me the wrong way, okay? But guess what? So does literally everything that happens today. Everything
getting rubbed the wrong way is part of their gay pride experience. So, so Grace is like, they're bad bitches. They're complete bombshells. Like the sun. What's up, son? They might be the baddest bitches on King Street.
And no one's there. And so Emmy shows up with Trevor and somebody, and Mikkel has a date named Chris who's really cute, and he's like, I met this guy and we hit it off. It's going to be such a great pride. And so we just see him parting, and Madison tells us, after the Griffin, I think the vibe is just like off with people, and I like feel like this is like team bonding, and it's like, this is just what we need. I was like, because the Griffin.
Ever since the Griffin, it's been crazy. It's like our well-oiled machine is back and well-oiled again with peanut butter. So then TJ's Cameron shows up again, fresh from murdering some small animal somewhere. And Leva's like, oh my God, like, y'all look like you could be on a sailing magazine or something. TJ's like, thank you so much. She's like, I didn't mean that as a compliment.
And Cameron's like, TJ's going to be a great sailor one day. And Leva goes, oh my God, he's talking about the future. Love him. And TJ's like, yeah, I think I found a good guy. It's refreshing. Today I went to vacuum and I opened the lint compartment and it had been emptied. So.
And then afterwards, when I was done vacuuming, he started whistling the Popeye theme song. You're going to be a great sailor someday, TJ. What does that mean? TJ's going to be a great sailor someday. Is this the path they're going down? Sailboat racing?
I guess TJ likes boats. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Does he like boats? But he like boats in like an old-fashioned way, like old-fashioned boats, old-fashioned sailboats.
I don't know. I think they're at that point in dating where like maybe he has like a nautical decoration, and Cam was like, oh, so you like boats? And TJ's like, yeah. And so Cam's just trying to be supportive. Like, he's going to be a great sailor one day.
I'm just waiting for them to both like bust out in full sailor uniforms. New York, New York, what a beautiful place.
Beautiful town, the bounce is up and the battery's down. The people riding a hole in the ground. New York, New York, it's a hell of a town. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Oh, don't trigger me with that. I'll go on forever with that. I love that one.
Wow, I had no idea you loved that one so much.
Come on, Ben. I had no idea you like sailing. Ooh, burn. Okay, so then we go to Lucia and Bradley, who are driving together. Oh, by the way, Mikkel's just dancing around going, It feels so great living my truth. Which is actually pretty cute. So Lucia and Bradley are driving, and they're talking like they're like best friends. And so Lucia's like, yeah, we haven't had time to talk because like, I mean, Devon and I were taking some space because he won't stop trying to tell me off through meditation. And it's really annoying because like I have to sit there silently and like listen to him telling me off between hums. Like, fuck that. It's like the worst way to get told off ever.
Yeah. Especially because we're doing like Linda Cardellini meditation, and that shit is weird. So then,
season 4 of Dead Again, even though I'm not really sure how that would happen, but I'm sure it could if someone up there really cared.
Reboot of Mad Men, but focusing on her character Sylvia, who's in like one episode.
So Brad's like, does the unknown variables not bother you? And she goes, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. But like, I just had feelings as a girlfriend, but as a mother, I have to control those feelings, you know? And like, Davon's hurt. I mean, I get that he's hurt. It's just rocky waters. And then we see a clip of him mad that she's late. And he's like, well, I've got anxiety because you were late and I didn't sign up for that. I'm like, guess what? You became a father. So you signed up to be anxious all the fucking time until your child is an adult, a fully functioning adult. And you can take the responsibility for that along with Lucia and stop just jetting whenever you feel like you no longer have to take responsibility because your meditation has told you don't have to. You are in this, so be in this to win this, sir. Don't make me come over there.
Yeah, and Lucia's basically like, you know, she's like, I'm not sure where we go next. I'm sure we'll get over this. She's basically in like a relationships crossroad. And Bradley's like, yeah, so can I tell you about a text that Kayla got? And it's like, okay, I guess we're done with Lucia then. Also, I have to say, one thing that like really cracked me up was
done with relationships that actually matter. Could change
like actual
the world.
Meaningful relationships that could impact a child. So at the top of the scene, I thought one thing that was funny was that Brad was describing his relationship with Lucia. And he's like, yeah, we're not like these other people who have like vampire relationships or who live like vampires. We actually wake up in the morning. Like Lucia's sort of my best friend. Whenever possible, we work out.
Sometimes that's all you need, you know? Someone who wakes up at the same time as you and likes to work out. I mean,
basically his whole life is, all his relationships are centered around his ability to work out with people. That's what that is.
And what time you wake up. That's a big one. Waking up is a big contributor to relationships. Like waking up at the same time as somebody.
Yeah. So
because it's hard to hide judgment, right? Like you and I live in different time zones. I live in Central. You live in LA Pacific. So it's always 2 hours later than me. And sometimes, you know, I get up at like 7:30 because I'm an old bitch. 7:30 or 8. So I'll look down at my text and I'll be like, wow, Ben hasn't answered my text since last night and it is 9:30 in the morning. What a lazy bitch. Like, what a fucking loser. I can't even believe I've built a life with this person. And then the other part of me is like, but Ronnie, you're 2 hours apart and you know it's only 7:30 his time. But the other part of me doesn't care.
No, I feel that pressure.
Know that I'm awake when you're asleep and I naturally just feel better than you. And I feel like it makes the relationship uneven.
Well, no, I feel that pressure. I feel the pressure. I know that you're awake because I feel like there are a lot of days where you're like, okay, I just took notes on 3 shows, so ready to record when you are. And it's like 8 a.m. for me. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to do my work. But then on your end, you're like, well, since you've been up since like 5 hours before I woke up, you're ready to take a nap. So you're like, let's start recording so I can take my nap. So I'm like, I have both the like, oh, he's been awake and I have to play catch up and I have to put him to sleep.
That's true. And you really, there's no upside for you because at night when you're awake and I'm asleep, like I go to bed at whatever, midnight, you can't even be like, stupid's going to bed early because I still win because I'm being responsible by being in bed earlier. You see? Like, I win. So I
did not have breakfast today. I did not have breakfast today because of this. I was like, Ronnie needs to get his afternoon nap. He wants to record the episodes. so we can take his nap. Okay.
Well,
So
don't
I'm
worry.
waking up.
I don't take naps anymore. Do you know why? Because I quit nicotine. I still am smoking this nicotine-free thing until I kick this. But it's been 4 days without nicotine, so I've kicked nicotine.
That's good.
And all I drink now is this matcha powder shit, which is the new meth, I guess. I mean, listen to me, even in this recap.
I'm jealous.
I'm like
I didn't even have
furious
coffee
for
today.
10 seconds, and then I'm fine. And then I'm furious for 10 seconds. I'm jumping
that's
out of my
Bravo.
seat from this
That's
fucking
Bravo.
matcha.
That's not matcha. That's Bravo. But the point is that Ronnie wakes up earlier than I do by dint of his geographical position in this country.
Right, and it's you. So, like, I love you no matter what. I love you no matter how lazy you turn, you know, through the years together. But if this was anybody else, I'd be like, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. It's not working.
It's hard. I woke up at 8 a.m. today and got right to work. To work, and I still was behind. Because I'm like, there's no way for me to not be behind. Oh, there goes the squirrel again. There's no way for me to not be behind because I'm literally geographically behind. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, I'm going to work on Central Time. I'm going to work on Pacific Time.
I'm a competitive person. I'm going to eventually just move to Australia so I could beat all your asses. Be like, it's tomorrow already. Yeah. Okay, so the point is, Brad and Lucia have a talk, and Brad is mad because he's like, okay, so I've been seeing Kayla, right? And it's like, for the first time in a long time, I've been like truly interested. And like, she used to work as a hostess at Republic, so she somewhat knows Maddie. And so Maddie, this guy needs to pick up the charisma, because right now all I see is an Instagram filter talking.
I know.
It's putting me to sleep.
Yeah, he's lack of charisma Carpenter right here. So either way, he is just denying, once again, he's just denying that he's a cheater, etc. He's like mad at Maddie.
Because Maddie told this girl that like he's a cheater and you need to watch out. And he's like, what the hell? Like, why would you do that to somebody I'm dating? And she's supposed to be my friend, and it blows my mind. And he's like, yeah, she's implying I'm a cheater, and I've had 2 girlfriends in my life, and I haven't cheated on either one of them.
So now we go to Maddie, who's shopping for sneakers with Trevor at Cola Kicks. And Trevor's wearing a Cola Kicks shirt, so I wonder if he works at Cola Kicks. So Maddie's like, so are you going to come to like Martini Monday today? It's like the first annual gay pride thing. I was thinking we could have like sex in the back room or something like that. And Trevor's like, do you think that Joe Bradley will be there? I mean, sometimes like he's like been showing up for shit and sometimes he hasn't. So it's like hard to know, you know?
I'm looking at who owns Cola Kicks. Adam and Josh own Cola Kicks. Because, yeah, they're getting some major representation on this show. Because she's like, look, let's wear, like, the twin shoes we got at Cola Kicks.
Yeah.
So he's like, yes. Trevor's like, speaking of the team, what's going on with Bradley? And she's like, yeah, I mean, he's nice, but he's skanky and he's shady as fuck. And we literally caught him in the alley getting his dick sucked by a girl who's not even his girlfriend last week.
Yeah, so like I went up to Kayla and I was like, hey girl, have you ever heard of music before? It's so good. You guys also, by the way, like being friends with like Sierra and this whole Reagan situation, I just want to say, protect your heart. Like that's all. Just like protect your heart. Okay, because there's a well-oiled machine here, and when it stops being well-oiled, your heart could get hurt. So protect your heart, girl.
Yeah, because, like, I've known Kayla forever, and, like, she worked at Republic before Bradley, and so she came in to talk about her relationship, and I was like, protect your heart, because, like, I feel like that's broad. You know what I mean? Because, like, protect your heart, that just means safe. I mean, like, maybe I was saying, like, take fish oil pills. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm not saying, like, hey, I watched Brad get his dick sucked in the back alley, because that did happen. That did happen, okay? The day before, I opened the door, and he's getting his dick sucked, okay? So, like, protect your heart. You know what I mean? You're welcome, Brad. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Brad. I just basically outed what you were doing in the back alley. You're welcome. So then Bradley's like, so Lucia, get this. Maddie texted Joe Bradley, you know, if you had a girlfriend, Brad would try to fuck her. Like, damn, can we not move on? Invest that shit into your relationship so it actually works out this time and he doesn't fuck someone else.
Yeah, and then we go to Pride Monday. Gay rainbow drinks. There's like martinis set up and all the gay pride colors going down the bar and stuff. And they're like baubles and bottles and puppies or whatever. And so Mikhail's like, yeah, me and TJ, like, we want a really upscale version of like Pride. It's going to be way better. Like, Booze and Bottles. It's going to be like so much better.
Yeah, he's like, it's gonna be the upscale version. And so Grace Lily shows up, and the doorman opened both doors. She goes, "Oh my gosh, double doors just for Grace Lily? Oh my God, you think the sun was walking in here right now?"
And Mikhail's like, Christian's coming today. Christian's coming. And TJ goes, don't call him 30 times. Okay, don't. He goes, I just called him a little. Stop calling him. I know you. Stop calling him. He's like, okay.
So Mikhail and Maddie are wearing the same sneakers. They're all excited about that. And then Joe's talking to Will. What did you say? Cola Kicks.
From Cola Kicks.
From Cola Kicks. Cola Kicks Incorporated.
Cola Kicks.
And then Joe goes up to Will, and Joe goes, yeah, it's kind of weird to see us not working. Like, you guys hang out with each other all the time. I don't understand this. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to see you not working. I know. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like crazy. Strange. So Bradley pulls Maddie aside. He's like, hey, could you come talk to me? And she's like, oh my God, I fell asleep literally in the middle of your sentence. Could you like try saying that with a little bit more energy? Okay, what do you want? And Lucy is like, yeah, if you poke a bear, it's gonna bite. It's like, well, thanks for that insert. So Brad's like, so you know I want to talk to you, Maddie, right? She goes, I mean, like, I'm confused. Like, I'll say that. Like, I'm confused about it. So, maybe you could tell me. He's like, well, why are you telling Kayla to watch out for Brad? She goes, no, I said protect your heart. Protect your heart. Like, literally, move 20 extra minutes a day. You know what I mean? That's all. Like, make sure you get up and you stand up and you're not just always sitting. You know, make sure you have, like, some green vegetables.
Like, literally, just make sure you have, like, an extra jewel case for your heart CD. Okay? Like, that's all it means. You don't want to, like, leave that out on, like, on the surface where it could get dusty. Protect your heart.
Yeah, but that's insinuating that I'm going to do something bad, and that's not being a good friend, Maddie. She's like, oh, really? Telling people to protect our heart's not good? Really? Like, protect your heart. I mean, I'm sorry. Do you get mad at doctors? Like, are you mad at doctors? Would you get mad at somebody who suggested you eat a piece of fish once a week over beef? Okay. Is that fair?
Oh, so now, like, I'm the bad guy because I insured my DVD box set of Heart to Heart? Like, I don't understand what's wrong. Okay, like, I'm the bad guy now? I protected my heart.
He's like, but you're giving her a reason to worry. I mean, that's some mean girl shit. Like, I would never do that to you. That's not cool. Why would you do that? She goes, Brad, I saw you in the alleyway with a girl, like, last week, and I was telling her to protect her heart. That's it. And, like, listen, I don't know what terms, like, you're on, or, like, what, you know, if you're dating her. Like, I don't know if you're, like, on the terms where you're, like, in the alleyway and your zipper gets undone and she blows you. Like, are those the terms? Like, I literally don't know. So, protect your heart.
That's fucked up, Maddie. That's fucked up. And it goes, to be continued. Wow, Bradley got a to be continued.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah,
and it was actually the saddest TBC ever because it was next week on the season finale of Southern Hospitality. Season finale? What are you, stupid? No. Don't ever stop shooting. They need to shoot this for 37 years while they're still broke and then start airing them all. Have we learned nothing from VPR?
They got to make room for the dinosaurs. VPR's coming back. Okay, we got to have the granddaddy of the restaurant shows come back.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. 8 episodes, not enough.
Yeah, it was great so far. Great season. So we got one more episode left. Thanks everyone for being here, for watching us on Crappens on Demand. Go buy tickets to any city that's near you that we're coming to, because this tour is starting like in 2 days practically. Okay, so don't waste time because it'll be over before you know it. So go to watchcrappens.com and we'll catch you on the very next episode. Bye.